Okeleke, my country people, Tori don wo. Away, nothing where Musa not they see for gate. So, my people, make una come hear matter. Yesterday, my ear full. I come say, waiting they happen. Okay, why all this? As in, yesterday, one girl wey be say, she say na her father, na he be star production for Nollywood back then. He say him papa, say be like say papa get business to do with Mercy Johnson. And the very first video where be say Angela Okorie and this very Mrs. Ifeoma talked about, she say they mention her father name. Say Mrs. Ifeoma talk and say, na Mercy Johnson, na him give her papa RIP. She say, as she hear that one, na him make her, she come say, say when they go ask one native doctor, that one tell them say, na one actress, na him do your body thing. He said the papa can go ask question, can go meet the actress, beg and say, free me. The actress come tell and say, he no do anything to her. Even though say they don't fair get something they do together, but he no get any, she no get anything where she do to the man. So now I want make una use my ear, tell ear, make it not be like me talking. The lady talk so many things. I'm gonna drop the video one after the other. Just stay tuned to listen to what they happen for this world. Things they happen for this world. Oh yeah, now make una watch.
And about Mrs. Mercyjohnson being a witch. Yeah, and also that she has, maybe she has a hand in the deaths of these Nollywood actors, marketers, and the rest. Well, in one of her videos, she mentioned that my dad was being tied in a bottle by, in their spiritual realm. He was being tied in a bottle, and that he couldn't breathe spiritually. So, in another video, she mentioned that and I quote, Vitus Neighbor Gold Pictures, Mercy used this man. Mercy turned the man to Mumu. And I heard this late that Benedict Johnson told her he's late.
Even a marketer, they called his name that they said he died. I can't remember. What's the name of that?
Gold Pictures. Gold Pictures. If Mercy denied this one, I will stone her to death. I swear. If she come out, even if you want to pretend and deny something, if she denied Gold Pictures, I will stone her to death and I will go to court. I will tell God to arrest me.
So,
what are you telling me?
Okay. I really don't know where to start from regarding this whole issues that is arising. And I wouldn't have made this video if Gold Pictures was never mentioned. I mean, this is what happens here in our country, Nigeria. Okay, this is what we call medicine after death. I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to shade anyone here, no. But instead, I just want to throw more light about my deceased dad. We lost him 2021, November 5th. And before he died, it was not an ordinary death. That I must attest publicly. His death was not ordinary at all. So I'm still trying to connect the dot from what Mrs. Ifeoma stated on her last video and what happened physically. Now she made mention that he could not breathe. Before he died, he was not breathing. Before he died in the presence of his 3 little children, his 3 little kids, he didn't breathe. He was not breathing. He was gasping for air. He called me. I was in school when this man called and told me to pray for him, that he cannot breathe, that I should please pray for me. He doesn't want to die. He called me. My mom was at the prayer mountain praying. I was in school reading. How a person wanted pastors now? I did poorly that year in school. So, Mrs. Ifeoma, you knew about all these things. And you kept it to yourself all along. I mean, from your video, it shows, in fact, it's very obvious that you know the man very well. You know, you were wailing and crying and all. So it's obvious that you probably might know this man. So what stopped you from reaching out to his family? Or reaching out to him? Okay, this is how it is. Now, mind you, before you come at me, my dad mentioned one certain time that he met with a medicine man, you know, and this man told him that it's an actress that is actually doing him this thing that is happening to him. So, and he was thinking, he kept racking his head. Who is this person that I have offended? You know what he did next? He held a meeting, or he actually had a meeting with one particular actress, not Mrs. mercyjohnsonokojie, another person entirely, whom he thought was the person behind his whole problems. He offered to give this person an amount, a certain amount of money like that. And she refused. She said no, that she would never accept such a thing. That she would never do such a thing to God. Yes, that's what they call him, God. Oga God. She said she will not accept that. That she's not the one behind anything. That she won't do it no matter what. That whatever differences they have has not gotten to the extent where she'll be taking his name somewhere else to punish him. So, Mrs. Farmer mentioning this thing, you people are throwing shade, commenting, she's this, she's that, she's jealous. Jealous of what? What is there to be jealous of? Like she said, they were childhood friends. You heard the spiritual coexistence between them about her mother swapping clothes between she and Mrs. Mercy. So, before we start doing all these things, let us think. We Nigerians, we are very quick to judge somebody and push someone to suicide. Then when the person dies, we don't pay attention. No. When the person dies, it becomes something else. There's one Mr. Kumel, she said it, or she did this, she did that. I'm not taking sides. No, but I'm trying to throw more light. That in whatever she might be stating, there might be an atom of truth. That's why I'm telling you a little story about my dad's demise. So my dad had no idea that Mercy might be behind his predicament because of the kind of good relationship they had. I am proud to say this, that my father, Gold Pictures, made Mrs. mercyjohnsonokojie a star. Whoever she is right now, Gold Pictures Production, she should be able to attest to this statement that I'm making for a fact. Unless maybe, nobody, it's normal. Nobody wants to attach their growth to someone else except God. Gold Pictures and God made you who you are today. That is the truth. Almost, you even said it in one of your interviews on a particular newspaper. I can't really state. I read it. So I'm still trying to understand if what Mrs. Ifeoma is stating is true. What led to that? Because both of you obviously had a great friendship, unless there was something behind that we don't know of. and my father never mentioned. So what could be the issue? You see, one of her videos, the first video she made was a live video with Angela. Yes, Angela. So that was the first time Angela mentioned something that there was also a marketer that she did something to, and then Mrs. Informer stated that yeah, it was Gold Pictures, that if Mercy Johnson should deny, that she was going to stone her to death. And wow, like that statement, there are some statements people make, that even if every other things you've been saying are not true, because of that particular statement, you begin to rethink. What gives you that assurance for you to say if Mrs. Mercy should deny such statements, that you were going to stone her to death? People of Nigeria, I think the second video happened to be the last video that I will ever search for